Good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining us today. So before we start and while we're waiting for more people to join, I would love for you to let me know where you're from and what program you are interested in, while we wait for more attendees to join. So hey, Nicholas, Esther, Ayuk, Alliance. I would love to hear where you guys are from and what program you're interested in while we wait for more participants to join. I see we do still have a few more people joining. So if you can let me know in the chats, that'll be amazing. I'm going to give about, let's say 2 minutes to see if anybody else joins before I am going to start our virtual tour and introduce myself. So please, first, before I introduce myself, I would love to hear where you are from and what program you are interested in. Maryland, Business Administration, fantastic. Would that be an MBA or a BBA degree, a Master of Business Administration or a Bachelor of Business Administration? Hi, Esther from Nigeria, MBA, excellent choice. We'll get a little bit more into that as we get into the webinar. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time out of your day. I'm just going to give 1 more minute to see if anybody else joins before I start sharing my screen. And we can just jump right into it. A business app, a BBA. Okay, fantastic. So then I know to speak about the BBA as well. BBA is a great choice. Some exciting new changes. Nicholas, also BBA. Fantastic. All right, so we're already 3 minutes in. I don't think anybody else is going to join. So before we start, I would just like to introduce myself. My name is Janine. I'm a senior application specialist at Nexford. I've been with Nexford for 4 years now and had the opportunity to speak with learners like yourself from all over the world. And I'm really excited to show you what Nexford is about and why this is really a next generation university, if I can call it that. So yes, I'm going to start sharing my screen. I would love for you, if you have any questions, to please share them either in the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. So I'll be able to answer them live at the end of the webinar. Otherwise, you can leave them in the comments. If there's anything during the webinar, if you have any questions, please post them. So while I'm sharing my screen, I would not be able to view your comments or questions in the chats, but I'll be sure to get to them at the end of the webinar. So I think everybody that should be joining has joined. Hi, Lines from Rwanda, data analytics. So I'm assuming that's a Master of Science in Data Analytics, otherwise maybe one of our shorter programs, but we will touch a little bit more on that later in the webinar. So I'm quite excited to show you what we are about. So please remember, please share your questions. It doesn't matter how, if you think it's mundane, please share them because all questions are important and I would love to just answer them live when we're done. So you can either share them in the Q&A box or in the chat. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. I just want to preface again, I won't be able to see your comments or your questions while I am hosting, but I will be sure to answer them at the end of the webinar. So I'm really excited to get started and show you what Nexford is all about. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let's just see if this works out. Okay. Okay. Right, so this is just our welcome message. And next up is our agenda. So what I'm going to be talking about is just our welcome, which we have already done, a little bit more information about Nexford University, NXU programs, the admission requirements, and also the scholarship offers, alumni results, the virtual tour. So the virtual tour is more like your learning platform, and then beyond NXU. So that is not just while you are studying, but also beyond your studies, and then we'll have time for the Q&A. So at Nexford University, we've really reimagined what a modern university experience should look like. So basically, it should be accessible, flexible, and built around your goals. We basically designed this for career-driven learners around the world who want to build in-demand skills right now while earning a recognized and accredited credentials and a degree. So instead of just following the old campus model, we've created a 100% online learning experience that fits basically the way that we live and work today. Everything is moving so fast these days, especially with technology developing, and that is what we are built around. So thanks to technology, we're able to basically deliver world-class education at a fraction of the cost of a traditional university. And because our programs are competency-based, so we will touch base on that a little bit later in the webinar, but it's competency-based and focus on real workplace skills, and really a big return on investment, and it usually often comes much sooner than you would expect. So whether you're looking to like upskill, change careers, or get ahead in your current role, Nexford University really equips you with practical job-ready skills that can make a real impact. So I'll touch a little bit on that a little bit later in the webinar, especially skills-based on the skills-based subject. So we'll get into that a little bit later in the webinar. So first I want to just talk about one of our alumni. His name is Jason Weimer. He is an American currently living in Thailand, and he basically started his own graphic design business. He started his own graphic design business there. But after a few years of running it, there's so much skills that he still wanted to learn, and basically what he did, well, especially around integrating tech into his work. He chose Nexford because the program gave him the flexibility to study online while continuing to grow his business and companies across multiple countries. So that's the thing about Nexford. We don't run on a fixed schedule. And basically, we really keep up to date with how technology and how the world is moving today. So it's not like the normal campus model where you have to attend classes every single day. This is really built around you. So his MBA specialization was in advanced AI, and that basically provided him with valuable insights and skills that helped him to rethink how design, tech, and data can work together. So whether it's using customer data, improve AI operations, or basically applying AI concepts to streamline inventory or even enhance in decision making in his business. Next up, I want to play a little short video, which is from our founder and CEO, Fadel Al-Tazi. Yes, this will be in your orientation course should you decide to enroll with Nexford. This will be in your orientation course as well, but this is really what Nexford is about and why we do what we do. So I really want to play this. I'm not going to play the full video. It will be available, but this is just to give you an idea.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not our graduates' fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared for the workplace. That's why I set out to create a university for you, one that I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I'm Fadel Al-Tazi.
I'm just going to stop it there. But this is basically what sets Nexford University apart. When you study with Nexford University, it's not that you're only getting a degree. It's skills, work-ready skills that employers are currently wanting or requesting. it's built into our curriculum as well. So when you walk out with your degree at Nexford, you're not walking out with just a degree, but also the skills that employers are currently requesting. And I'm going to get a little bit more into that within the next few slides. But you'll be able to watch this video. This is embedded in our orientation course. And next up, I want to speak about why learners actually choose Nexford. So we were designed for online learning, and Nexford wasn't just a traditional university basically that moved online. We were built for online learning from day one. So every part of our experience was designed with global learners in mind, like all of you, and also working individuals, not just learners that stepped right out of high school and studying. Also for them, of course, but also with our working individuals. So you can basically learn on your own terms and from anywhere in the world. We're also licensed and accredited. I will get into the accreditation in the next slide, and also relevant and flexible. So because like really today's world it moves really, really fast, especially when it comes to technology. So we keep our programs updated with the latest industry trends. So you're not just learning theory, you're building real skills that employers actually value in today's market. And we also do get that life doesn't really run on a fixed schedule, and neither do we at Nexford. And I think that's what makes it really a next generation university. This is really something different, and what sets us apart from your traditional universities. So while our courses aren't really self-paced, you can finish each one in up to 8 weeks or sooner if you're able to. It really depends on your schedule, if you're working, if you're not working. And if you're doing really well academically, you'll also have the option to take one or more courses later in your program. So this basically, if you finish faster, you do pay less, but there is a little bit of a difference between our tuition for the MBA or master's programs and our BBA programs, which I will get into in the next few slides. And another thing that's really important is building connections. So while everything is online, you won't just be learning alone. You'll be a part of a global supportive community, and you'll be able to connect with your peers, faculties, and also professionals from around the world, and all who are basically on the same or similar journey than you are. So we are also accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, the DAC. So the DAC is listed by the US Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency and is recognized by the Council for Higher Education, also known as CHEA. So we're also licensed by the Higher Education Licensure Commission, and that's a tongueful, also known as HELC in Washington, D.C., and that's basically the same organization that licenses all physical universities operating in Washington, D.C. We also recently received a specialized accreditation for our Master of Business Administration degree, which is the MBA. But I have to preface it's not the MBA-E or MBA-F. This is just our normal MBA with the 7 specializations. Currently, healthcare management is not included in this accreditation because we got this accreditation before we added the new specialization, but I will talk a little bit more about that later in this virtual tour. And then we got that specialized accreditation from the International Accreditation Council for Business Education, IACBE. So another thing I want to talk about is how predictable the pricing and tuition is. So one of the things that really sets Nexford apart is how predictable and flexible the tuition is. So you pay a flat monthly rate, no big upfront fees, there's no hidden charges. So whether you take one course or more, your monthly cost stays the same. So it's really super easy to budget. But I also want to preface that we do have different tuition fee structures for the BBA program and the master's degree program. And I will explain a little bit more about that later in the webinar and why we decided to do that. So the best part is the faster you finish for master's degrees, the less you pay overall. So this is master's degree specifically. So let's say, for instance, you complete your master's degree in just 12 months. You'll only pay for those 12 months. So if you take the average completion time of 18 months, you also pay for 18 months. And even if life gets in the way and you need more time to finish your degree, master's degree, you'll never have to pay more than the 23 months, but you would still need to finish your degree, your master's degree, in 27 months. So with our BBA, we have a new tuition payment program, which is the pay-per-course module, where you can study at your own pace. So you can pay for a single course at a time, and there's no monthly commitment. So this means if you move slower, you will not have to pay more. You can still move slower, and you will only you can choose how you study. So it's basically going to be if you want to do one course this month, skip 1 month, and then enroll in your next course. That is perfectly fine, but I do need to preface it is different from our master's degrees and the Bachelor of Business Administration degree. And also with the BBA, you get maximum flexibility. So when you complete one course, you can start the next one when you are ready. And this really means that you can take longer or shorter to complete your degree, and you will not have to pay extra for that. It's basically all designed to give you a peace of mind and real flexibility. So you can move at your own pace and a pace that works for you without worrying about penalties or any surprise costs. And we design our programs using what we call the workforce alignment model, or short WAM. And this approach ensures that our programs are forward-looking and built around the skills that employers are actively seeking in today's market. So to achieve this, we've combined in-depth research and insights from a global advisory board of industry experts. And our advisory board plays a key role in shaping our programs. And this is basically compromising from leaders across various different industries. The board meets with us multiple times a year. And we also review the offerings, and they also recommend any updates to any programs or existing ones, any programs that we have at the moment. So we always stay updated. So programs are always updated to stay in tune with today's market. And the mission is to help learners connect with careers that they aspire to. And we offer a range of different flexible learning options that specifically support your goals. So I want to get a little bit more into the specific programs that we offer. So first I want to touch on our master's degrees. We mainly specialize in business and business technology, offering programs like the MBA, MBA-E, MBA-F, a Master of Science in Digital Transformation, data analytics. And then for our bachelor's degrees, our BBA programs feature specializations in high demand areas such as AI, business analytics, entrepreneurship, and digital marketing, and more. Then we also have a undergraduate career pathway certificates. So we have two undergraduate career pathway certificates, one in operations management and one in professional sales. So each of them are really tailored to prepare learners for in-demand entry-level roles if you don't really require a degree or a bachelor's degree. Then we also have individual single courses, and this is really perfect for someone looking to build targeted skills without committing to a full degree. So let's say you already have a degree, but you want to learn a little bit more about marketing or marketing strategies or AI, for instance, then we do have single courses as well, and they usually take about 1 to 2 months to complete. You can complete in 4 weeks, but usually this program is 2 weeks. And while our foundation has always been rooted in business, we've continuously evolved to integrate technology and emphasize and power skills. We'll get a little bit more into this later in this webinar, but it's skills such as communication, collaboration, critical thinking, actually so much more. We've got over 85 different skills-focused single courses that we have available at this moment. And after all, having the knowledge is essential, but also knowing how to work effectively and implement those skills into the workplace with others is very important, especially for long-term success. So next up, I'm just going to dive a little deeper into our programs. I want to speak about the master's degrees first. So first up is our Master of Business Administration, just on normal MBA. I just want to let you know that we've got a Master of Business Administration in Entrepreneurship and a Master of Business Administration in Finance. And those are two separate degrees from our MBA, our normal MBA. Our normal MBA has got 7 specializations. The courses are different. So it's really something that you would really need to think about if you think about thinking about taking an MBA. Would you like an MBA with one of these 7 specializations, or maybe specialize in the field of finance or entrepreneurship? So the MBAs or normal MBA, that's really perfect for someone aiming to grow your career at the crossroads of maybe business, tech, and leadership. So this program will be a great fit for you. It's really designed for professionals who want to boost their strategical thinking and leadership skills, and in a global context as well. So typical roles after completing this MBA include senior positions like a COO, which is a Chief Operating Officer, Management Consultant, or Marketing Director. So basically, at its core, this program builds like a well-rounded expertise in business management, leadership, and strategic planning. All these skills are very valuable across almost any industry. And next up is our MSDT, which is our Master of Science in Digital Transformation. So this one is perfect for professionals, wanting to lead in the digital like initiatives, or who want to maybe deepen their ability to drive innovation through tech. Most of our graduates often step into roles such as a digital innovation specialist or chief digital officer, positions where basically you're responsible for steering your company's digital future. The main focus here is really on using cutting edge technologies like AI, cybersecurity, and data science to create real business value and improve operations. And then we have our Master of Science in Data Analytics, also in short MSDA. So this is really for anyone looking to sharpen their technical and analytical skills. This program offers a solid foundation to thrive in data-driven environments. It prepares you for roles like a data scientist, a business intelligence analyst, or maybe a finance data manager, positions where data is really truly like drives the decision making within your company. So the focus on this program is really helping you master the goals and techniques to use and analyze data, also uncover insights, and maybe guide smarter business decisions. Next, I want to talk about the MBA in entrepreneurship. And like I've mentioned before, it does have different courses than on normal MBA. It's a completely different program. So if you're passionate about maybe, let's say, launching a new business or driving innovation from within a company, this is a great program for you. It's basically tailored for aspiring founders or future startup leaders. So think maybe startup founder, VC analyst, or maybe even someone building a new venture from the ground up. And at its heart, it's a degree that teaches you how to turn innovative ideas into successful ventures through smart strategy, funding know-how, and practical like startup skills. And I'm really excited to speak about the next degree that we recently introduced is our Master of Business Administration in Finance, or our MBAF. And really, finance today is really evolving so much faster than ever, or than it's ever been. So with a global volatility and technologies, and also rising expectations from stakeholders, the way that capital is raised, allocated, arranged, is really constantly changing. It's constantly changing and so fast evolving and fast moving. So that's why leaders who can connect strategy, technology, innovation they're not just valuable. It's really essential in today's market. And our MBA in finance is designed to equip professionals like analysts, consultants, managers with advanced expertise in financial strategy, investment managers, and also emerging technologies such as AI and blockchain. And this is really all about preparing you to lead with confidence in this rapidly changing landscape. Like as I've mentioned before, um, technology is evolving faster than it has ever been. And so this is why this is also really great, especially in finance. So this program also opens up doors for leadership roles such as financial manager, portfolio manager, chief financial officer, or an investment strategist. And basically, here's the great bonus. So I'm going to touch a little bit more on this in the next few slides, but also while you're enrolled in the MBAF, you'll also have the opportunity to earn two globally recognized extra certifications from the CFI at no extra cost. And this is really built into your program, so it's no extra cost to you. And lastly, a few months ago, we also introduced our mini MBA. So if you really looking to study an MBA, but you're not quite ready to commit to a full degree, the mini MBA would be like such a perfect fit for you. So our mini MBA certificate builds your foundational business skills in strategy and marketing, finance and operations. So you'll basically develop leadership and decision-making capabilities by working on real challenges curated from the world's leading organizations. You'll also be earning badges that you basically demonstrate your skills. And this is not just with the mini MBA. So with all our degrees, you will also earn badges that you can display on LinkedIn or add to your resume, which is fantastic to show the skills that you've built. And the great thing about the mini MBA is if you're not ready to commit to a full degree, and you do study the mini MBA, and you later decide that you want to continue with a full MBA, you'll be able to transfer 4 of the courses that you've taken into your mini MBA to your full MBA, and that means you'll only have 8 MBA courses left to get your full MBA. So the really big thing to know is that we don't follow a traditional school model. I'm gonna talk about this quite a lot because Nexford is a next generation university. It's not the traditional school model where you're just going to read theory or memorizing for exams. Instead, you'll be working on real projects that mirror what professionals are actually doing in the workplace. So, yeah, just a few, as you can see on the screen, a few sample projects that you'll be working on. It's really very practical. So one course might be you might be developing, let's say, a marketing or market entry plan for a new region, or perhaps using AI to help a healthcare company improve their patient care. You could also be working on things like data storytelling, or even like, for instance, building a product roadmap for a startup. But the point really is that the project is really practical. It's designed to help you build the skills that you need on the job. And I think that's really what's lacking in education these days is you're learning a degree, but you also need the skills to implement what you have learned. So by the time that you graduate, you already have a portfolio of work that really shows what you can do and what you have done. It's not just going to be a degree. And I'm also going to show you a little bit later how we're going to bring in business tech and AI tools into the learning process. And it's all about keeping things relevant in today's world. And I do know normal traditional universities normally do not condone the use of AI, but that is where Nexford is different. We're preparing you for the future. This is really future focused, present and future focused. So I'm really excited to tell you a little bit more about how we use AI at Nexford University. So next I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into each degree specifically and what you get with each degree. So I'm going to start with the Master in Business Administration. We've got 7 specializations. So with the MBA, you can either choose artificial intelligence, fintech and blockchain, e-commerce, international business, cybersecurity, sustainability, and healthcare management. And then with our MSDA and MSDT, you can see that we do have integrated CompTIA courses. So CompTIA is basically the world's most trusted certifying body of IT professionals, and they are the largest vendor-neutral credentialing program for technology workers. So CompTIA has also awarded more than, I think, 2.5 million certifications in areas such as cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, technical support, and so much more. So with the MSDT program curriculum, it already includes integrated CompTIA certification preparation courses. So that would be your Network Plus, your Security Plus, and Project Plus, as you can see on the screen. And that becomes accessible after reaching the halfway point of your program without any extra charges. These courses can be accessed through both Canvas, which is our learner management system, and also the My NXU platforms. And then also with our MSDA, Master of Science in Data Analytics Program 2, you'll have the opportunity to earn a CompTIA certification. And this really adds even more value to a learning experience. And then with our MBAE, which is a Master of Business Administration and Entrepreneurship, there you will see that we have live seminars. So it includes live seminars or collaborative seminars, each comprising of 2 live sessions where you'll connect with your peers, you'll build your networks, and also be able to learn from the best, because you'll be able to learn from your lecturers and as well as your peers. And we really do recommend participation in these seminars. So it's really strongly recommended and encouraged, as each course assessment will require learners to reflect on the sessions that they attend. And each seminar also includes both group and individual projects and assignments. So if you're not able to attend, I would highly recommend just to reach out to your professor and maybe get a recording of the live seminar, but it is really highly encouraged that you attend these seminars. Next is our very newly launched degree, or MBA in Finance. So with your MBA in Finance, you'll also earn 2 CFI certifications, like I mentioned earlier in this webinar, through LinkedIn Learning, and this is also through there's no extra cost to you. The 2 certificates that you'll be able to earn with your master or MBA in finance is your CFI Corporate Finance Foundations Professional Certificate, as well as the CFI Financial Analysis and Modeling Professional Certificate. And the MBA in finance, so usually it consists of 15 courses. If you don't have a business-related degree, you will be required to take 1 foundational course, 12 MBA courses, and 12 seminars. If you already have a degree in a business-related field, you will not be required to take the foundation course. I'm going to now touch a little bit on our BBA degrees. I know we've got some participants here today that are interested in the BBA. So our BBA is really designed for aspiring professionals who want to build a very solid foundation in business. So whether you're aiming to move up in your current role, switch careers, or even start your own business, this will be perfect for you. We see learners from all kinds of backgrounds, such as HR, operations, marketing, finance, even tech. Some of our learners are fresh out of high school, while others are already working and just want to level up in their careers. And most of our graduates go into a wide range of roles, such as marketing or marketing coordinator, HR, like a HR specialist, project managers, financial analysts, or business development manager. And many even start their own little startup businesses and even do management consulting. And what sets the BBA apart is really how practical it is. I've mentioned that before, but you won't just learn theory, you'll apply it to real projects like creating and presenting personal leadership plans, sharpening your strategic and communication skills, which is amazing. So we've also fully embedded AI into our BBA program. So the introduction to artificial intelligence is now embedded into your program with a range of additional and optional AI courses. We've also launched a it's called a career success course, which is also embedded in your BBA program. And it's also not any additional costs. You only pay for the programs that you study, but this is embedded, and it's really a graduation requirement. So the course includes in-depth career guidance, tools, and resources, and this is really all to help you advance in your career. You can also get credit for prior learning. So if you've studied, for instance, a certificate program that has academic credits, you can apply for a credit transfer, and this could be credited to your BBA degree. And what's really fantastic is when you study the Bachelor of Business Administration degree, you won't just graduate with a BBA degree, you'll graduate with 2 degrees. So after your first 20 courses, you'll be awarded with your Associate of Applied Science in Business degree, and upon completing the full 40 courses, you'll be getting your bachelor's degree. So I do know we've got 2 people in here that are interested in the bachelor's degree. So if you study the bachelor's degree, you're not just going to graduate with a bachelor's degree, you will have an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree. And this is really all designed to accelerate your career and really help you stand out against your peers. So I just want to start based on our scholarships, requirements, and the application process. So we do offer scholarships for all our degree programs. It really depends on your region and what program you're studying. So if we do have different scholarship requirements and also different scholarships for different regions. To give you an example, let's say you're in Nigeria, and another learners in America, we do have different scholarships for each region. So I will share our contact details at the end of this webinar. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the scholarships, please reach out to our team. They are well equipped to provide you with the correct information. And this is just the admission requirements. So I highly encourage, before you just apply, to go through our admission requirements. So it doesn't matter what program you're studying, we will require a government issued identification, which could be like either your government ID, passport, or driver's license, and not be expired. I do understand that some countries, some driver's license or some passports do expire. It should not be expired, so you can use any of those. We need a passport quality photo, as well as your official transcript from an accredited institution, whether it's for your bachelor's degree or your high school certificate to apply for bachelor's degree, or your transcript for your degree. And then we would also request a English proficiency test. And I do know many learners in Africa, which is great, already study in English from a really young age. So if you have studied in English before, where the primary language of instruction was English, you would not be required to submit a English proficiency test, but our admissions team would obviously need to confirm that. So if you've studied English before, your transcript should suffice, and we won't need a English proficiency test. So the admission steps or application steps is really straightforward. If you've got went through the admission requirements, first of all, that's the most important. Then you can submit your application at apply.nxu.nexford.edu. There's an application fee of $25. Should you submit all the correct documents, the admissions decision usually takes 1 to 2 days. If not, it could take up to 7 days. Usually, hopefully that doesn't happen. So please ensure your documents are in order. And then you would receive your enrollment confirmation, and you would need to sign your enrollment agreement and select your start date, and then start your program. So if you would like to start your program December 1, you would need to confirm your enrollment by November 28. But what's great is you can still enroll this month, and then you would be able to select a start date up to 3 months from now. And what's also amazing about this is you will be able to get access to all the benefits that I'm going to speak about a little bit later in this webinar. So even if you do enroll now and only choose a start date, let's say January 1st, you already have access to all the benefits that's included with your Nexford degree or course or career pathway certificate. Yeah, I want to speak a little bit about our alumni outcomes. So what we do is every year we do have a survey, or we do research with our students that have been with Nexford, our learners. And so this is our alumni outcomes, the newest ones for 2025. So looking at our alumni outcomes, it's really clear to see that Nexford graduates are making real career moves. 34% of our learners are from the finance industry. 97% of alumni are currently employed or advancing in their current careers. 73% received a promotion within 18 months of graduation. 82% reported salary increases, with 33% gaining over 50% growth, which is amazing. And then 54% move into management or leadership roles. This also shows shows Nexford's program strong career impact. And lastly, 98% of graduates are satisfied with their studies, where 88% remain connected to Nexford University's global community. And like I always love to say when I speak to learners, is we are a global community, and we have had learners that graduated 3 years ago that still engage with us on social media and share their success stories. So it's really amazing. Even if you did graduate from Nexford, we do still love to hear from you, and we do still love to engage with our alumni. So if you study with us and you graduate, please keep on engaging with us on social media, on LinkedIn. We always love to see how you grow and how you use the skills that you've obtained while learning. It's always great to stay in touch. So next I'm going to do a short virtual tour. I'm going to play video while I'm speaking. But once you're enrolled, you'll get access to our learner management system, Canvas, so as well as the Canvas student app. And basically right on the dashboard, that's where you'll find the My NXU. You can think of it as your personal command center. It's basically where your journey begins, and it connects you to everything you need to know to succeed in your program. So in the program area, you'll see that your entire learning path is laid out, and that's where you can track your progress, see your scores, and access your courses. And when you tap on a course, that's where you'll get a basic overview of what you'll learn and the skills you'll gain within the course. And our courses are really designed to be super relevant, especially to the workplace as well, but also very engaging. So each course is organized into modules that match specific learning outcomes. And inside you'll find videos, downloadable resources, interactive exercises, and this is all designed to help keep things interesting and really hands-on. And when it comes to your assignments, that's where you need to get ready for your practical work. They aren't really just for grades. They can help you build real skills and a strong portfolio, and also that you can show your current employers or prospective employers. We also do have live lectures. So just because we are online doesn't mean you're going to be on your own. So with our live lectures, you'll connect with instructors and classmates, get one-on-one support. You'll be able to get feedback from faculty, get one-on-one support from faculty. You'll be able to join different discussions, course boards. Oh, I need to pause that. I think the video is playing much quicker than I can talk. So you'll also be able to get support from faculty and join discussions through course boards and chats. It's really a very shared experience here. You'll also have, that's actually a requirement. So when you start with Nexford, there's an orientation course that you will need to complete. And that's basically what's going to set you up with everything you need to get to know and how to start your program smoothly. And also along the way, you'll also have access to your success advisors. So they are nearly available 24/7 for anything from academic support or let's say personalized academic guidance. You can even book one-on-one sessions with your success advisors as well. So you've got your professors. So imagine your success advisors are just an extra little bit of support that you do have, but they're always available to assist you should you need a leave of absence, Should you maybe want to change a specialization, or if you're unsure about your career decision, our success advisors are available nearly 24/7 to assist you with anything that you need and advising sessions whenever you need. So also to support your academic writing is our writing lab. And this is always available. It's on Canvas. So this is where you can get expert help. You can strengthen your skills, also learn how to use AI responsibly in your assignments or research and assignments. And then you'll also get access to Learn, which is our full online library with more than 60 million databases, articles, and publications, or so everything is really included whenever you need it. So it's journal articles. You really don't have to go outside of the Nexford learning platform or your learner management system. Everything is included and already available when you need it. And it's available throughout the duration of your program, and you will have access to this from day one. So if you decide to enroll this month but choose a start date, let's say 2 months from now, 3 months from now, you will already have access to all these features and more. But I will get into that in the next few slides. Just want to play this. So at Nexford, we really know that a connection and engagement are key to online learning success. So that's why we've also introduced a powerful tool called Harmonize. And this is really an interactive discussion board and a discussion board platform, and it's really designed to bring your global classroom to life. And with Harmonize, it's basically integrated into some of our courses. And that's where learners can go beyond the basic text replies. So you can share video responses, voice notes, images, or even presentations. And this is really to create a more dynamic human way to connect with your peers and faculty. And it basically supports both casual and low-stake conversations like course introductions, as well as more structured discussions that are tied to your assignments. So for example, Harmonize allows you for role play scenarios and multimedia-based peer reviews, skills that really basically mirror real-world communication and collaboration. So for example, you might respond to business scenarios as if you were presenting to a client, and then get feedback from your classmates, like way even before submitting your final assignment to your professor. So this is really fantastic, and this is integrated into our courses as well. I would also like to play this video. I'm really excited to speak about Beyond NXU because I've mentioned before, when you enroll, you already get access to all of this, even if you choose the start date up to 3 months from now. I will play the short video and speak while I am talking. So at Nexford, our goal isn't really just to get you ready for your next job. It's to set you up for a whole career. It's really a turn on investment on your education that pays off in long term, if I can state it that way. So at the heart of our career support is something we call Beyond NXU. So you can think of that as your all-in-one platform for career success, learner and alumni services and community. It's really where you'll find the tools, connections, and even the support to actually help you move forward in your career. We also do have a 24/7 AI career coach, and that's basically your personal career assistant, always on, always ready to answer your questions and give you the correct direction in your career if you're not sure what you would like to do. We also have an AI-powered resume and interview platform, and this basically helps you to sharpen your most important job-ready hunting tools, plus hands-on opportunities. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this in the next few slides, but we do have a virtual job simulations through Forage, one-on-one career coaching, expert advising, and also unlimited LinkedIn Learning access. And this is all included in your tuition at no extra cost. And now here's where Nexford is really different. We don't wait until graduation to talk about your career readiness. Career readiness is really baked into into your program or into your learning journey right from the start. So also the big part of that is our new AI policy. So at Nexford, AI isn't optional. It's basically a part of how we learn, and it's how you'll work after graduation. Everything is evolving so fast, and what our goal is to keep our learners up to date and career ready. So when you step out of your degree, you are already prepared for the future. So every degree includes AI focused courses. It's basically and completing them is a graduation requirement. It's at no extra cost, but it's not it's a requirement. It's a graduation requirement. So it's not that it's an optional extra. It's definitely a requirement. And you'll be expected to actually use AI in your coursework. So that's also what's different compared to other universities where they don't want you to use AI. We require you to use AI. And I will explain a little bit more in the next few slides on how we use AI and how to use AI responsibly to not just to enhance your work, not to do your work for you, but to improve what you can do. So what you'll need to do is you can use AI, but you'll also just need to disclose on how you've used it. So if you've used AI, you would also need to have that disclosure. So you also won't be just graded on what you produce or the work that you produce, but also on how effectively you've used AI to get there. So things like effective AI use and how well you can contextualize and synthesize what AI gives you. So that's really, really, really important. And that's also what sets us apart from, traditional universities. And why have we done this? So because when you leave Nexford, we want you to be fluent in the skills that employers are demanding right now. And that's basically why 97% of our alumni are employed or advancing in their careers currently, many with promotions and a salary growth. So I'm going to play this video. So this is what I'm really excited to speak about as well. So these are the benefits that you'll get access to when you enroll with Nexford. So this is already available from day one, like I've mentioned before. Even if you choose a later start date, this will be already available from day one, and it will be on our learner management system Canvas. So you'll have unlimited access to over 16,000 expert-led courses and videos covering a wide range of topics. And each completed course also provides you with a certificate that you can showcase on your LinkedIn profile or add to your CV or resume. And also a really great way to stand out to employers and to your peers. So LinkedIn Learning is normally typically a paid for feature, but with Nexford, it's all included in your tuition at no extra cost. So for example, let's say you're studying data analytics at Nexford, but you also have an interest in marketing, you can take an additional LinkedIn Learning course, and that just broaden your skill set even more and boost your resume. So if you enroll early, like I've mentioned before, you'll have early access to LinkedIn Learning. So if you enroll now and start in January, you've got 3 months to do as many courses on LinkedIn Learning as you wish, and all comes with a certificate that you can showcase on your resume and on your LinkedIn profile. So this will be available from day one, and this will also be available for the duration of your program with Nexford. So next is just our career services. I do know, I did see many of our attendees tonight is from Africa. So our career services provide like expert advising, online courses and live sessions to basically help you land the job that you want and accelerate at your professional growth. So we've also partnered with IBM Digital Nation Africa, and this was to make the Digital Nation Africa, or DNA program in short, available to all our African learners at no extra cost. So this is where you can basically expand your skills in emerging technologies such as cloud, artificial intelligence, IoT, or known as Internet of Things, blockchain, and more. So the DNA program, or Digital Nation Africa, is a little bit more technology based, but it is available at no extra cost to all our African learners specifically. And then lastly, last but not least, is Forage. I will start playing the video there. So you can also get a head start in your career with Forage, and this is basically a job simulation, and this is also included in the NXU platforms. So these immersive experiences let you practice real world skills, but at real companies. As you can see, it's like JP Morgan, PepsiCo, Discover, Bloomberg. And this is really to help you build the confidence to give you a competitive edge in the job market. And you'll also receive a certificate of completion when you complete these job simulations. And what's great, this is not just a simulation, this is actually for a real company. So if you are, let's say, a BBA learner coming straight out of high school and you don't have any work experience, this will help you build real life work experience. Or let's say you're already a working professional individual, but you are looking to change careers. Let's say you were working in marketing, but you are interested in going into data analytics, but you've got no working experience. This is really perfect for you because you can look for opportunities to build that experience. And this is also something you can add to your resume. Although we say it's job simulations, it's like an internship. Yes, you do not get paid for it, but it is definitely something that would help you advance in your career, whether you are just stepping into your first job or trying to get experience for your first job or even changing careers. This is really amazing. So this is also integrated in the My NXU platform, or Canvas, which is our learner management system. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit more about how we use AI in the classroom. So, AI in the classroom, digital online classroom, but classroom. So at Nexford, AI isn't really treated as an optional enhancement. It's a core thread that runs throughout the learner journey. It's embedded across every program, and this ensures practical, real-world like application. It's mandatory. So every learner is expected to use AI strategically in their coursework. So you have to disclose how you've used it and complete a designated AI course as a graduation requirement. And unlike other universities or traditional universities, we do require you to use AI. It's so, so important. It's really not about having AI doing everything for you, but it's basically how can you use AI to improve what you are currently doing. So these courses come at no extra cost. Our grading model also now looks at not only the quality of your work, but also how effectively you were able to use AI and applied critical thinking. So in short, we're making sure that every graduate at Nexford is fluent in the skills in today's, or basically what today's employers are actually expect, because AI is moving, or technology and AI is moving so, so fast, and many employers these days expect you to know how to use AI effectively, not to do your work for you, but also how to use it responsibly. So whether you're studying marketing, HR, finance, or even technology, AI is going to be a conversation right from the start. And as you've seen in the video, our AI and marketing module introduced learners to the transformative role of AI in understanding customer behavior. So this activity encouraged learners to reflect on the impact of AI within their own industries and apply insights to enhance marketing effectiveness. So basically what they did, they were prompted to consider how AI can be leveraged to better understand customer behavior, optimize marketing campaigns through predictive analytics, and improve customer engagement and satisfaction. So by engaging in these exercises, learners were equipped with practical strategies that they can apply in real world scenarios. So for example, demonstrating foresight and innovative thinking in their professional or different professional environments. Just going to go to the next slide because I've got another example that I want to show you. So in this example, this activity is specifically aimed at e-commerce chatbots, and that would help learners to apply AI and ML concepts to real business challenges. So this is basically acting as a AI consultant. And so let's say, for instance, you'll be creating create a chatbot or chatbot strategies for customer support, order tracking, and product recommendations. You'll design user scenarios and also develop integration plans and elevate how these different solutions impact customer experience and business goals. And this basically mirrors professional problem solving. So you can think of it as like where you analyze the different bottlenecks or maybe propose AI solutions and present impactful implementation plans within your company or the company that you work for, or maybe within your own company. And this is also ensuring you not just job ready, but also innovation ready. Now, this video is quite long and we are quite pressed for time. So I'm just going to pause it there and going to the next slide. But this is just to give you an idea of how we use AI in the classroom. Lastly, I want to speak about critical thinking and ethical AI application. So Nexford fosters critical thinking by challenging learners to evaluate and to strategically apply AI. So AI is not here to do your projects for you. It's how can you use AI to improve what you're already doing. So for example, this is and specifically in module 5 of our professional communications course, and our learners are asked to use an AI tool of their choice. So you can use any AI tool of your choice, and then to rewrite the pitch that they originally created themselves. They then compare both versions. So you would need to analyze the wording, analyze the tone, analyze the emotional impact, as well as the accuracy. So the goal here is not just to use AI, but to think basically critically about how AI can help you, and not just how it could help you, but also about its strengths and limitations or weaknesses, if that's the correct word, in real world communication. And this also encourages thoughtful and responsible use of AI. And each of these assignments also includes, and so this is really important. So each of these assignments includes a grading rubric, and it's detailing what is needed to achieve the highest marks. And in this specific case, it really depends on what you are studying. But and in this specific case on the video, as you can see, the grading rubric is analysis and critical thinking as a key criterion. So the rubric emphasizes the importance of the reflective approach of AI. So it's also really important to have a look at the rubric and to see what is expected of you to get your highest marks. We're almost getting to our Q&A, so get your questions ready. I have one last example that I want to show you before we start with the Q&A. So I'm really excited to share a powerful example of one of our learners' submissions from our intercultural communications course. This assignment was basically designed to encourage a deep reflection on personal cultural identity, a fundamental step in building intercultural communication or competence. So our learners were asked to basically reflect on their cultural backgrounds and different experience and how these influence their communication styles and values, and as well as perspectives. So what's particularly exciting is how this learner thoughtfully used AI as a tool to enhance their storytelling while still maintaining like the authentic voice. And it's a wonderful example how AI can support but not replace the meaningful experience. And this is what we're trying to teach you at Nexford. This is what we're trying to do with our programs, and why we implement AI into our programs. It's not to have it do the work for you, but it is really how it can support you, but not replace what you are doing. So I'm going to turn my mic off while I'm playing this video, and after this video we will go into our Q&A section. So please get your questions ready.
Gating identity in a blended world. Hello, and thank you for listening. My name is Cindy Kibet, and I'm 23 years old. I live in Kenya, and I'm currently taking the class Intercultural Communication. Today, I want to share a glimpse into my cultural identity, shaped by my Kenyan roots and my experiences living within a mix of Kenyan and Western influences. I'll take you into my family traditions, my connection to language, and a personal experience that ties it all together. Along the way, I'll explore how William James's quote, "Whenever two people meet, there are really six people present," resonates with the layers of identity and perception we all navigate. Let's begin. In my family, traditions are everything. One of the most important is our rule about celebrating birthdays. It's non-negotiable. Birthdays are first celebrated with immediate family, mom, dad, and siblings. Only after that can we include extended family, friends, or partners. This tradition strengthens our core bond, reminding us of the importance of those closest to us. Another tradition we hold dear is a monthly family outing. At the end or beginning of each month, we choose an activity together, going out for lunch or dinner, attending an event, or enjoying entertainment. These outings have given us priceless memories and strengthened our connection as a family. I was born and raised in Kenya, a country with a rich and a deep sense of community. My parents ensured I experienced our cultural heritage, from participating in significant holidays to learning Kiswahili, Kenya's national language. However, they also introduced aspects of Western culture, particularly in education. In Kenya, it's typical to attend boarding school for high school to foster independence and discipline. My parents, however, chose a different path for me, homeschooling. This is rare in Kenya and often met with skepticism. While homeschooling helped me develop independence and self-discipline, it also...
Okay, so this is quite a long video. I'm going to put on my camera again. This is quite a long video, so I'm not going to play the full video. It's about 10 minutes long, and we're already running over time. So next up, we're going to go into our Q&A section. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or in the Q&A section. I just want to stay on this screen for a bit. If you would like to take a screen grab of our, if you need to book a consultation call, which is at nexforduniversity.com/NXU consult, or send us an email at help@nexford.edu, or chat with us on WhatsApp. I will also share the details in the chat as soon as we are done with our Q&A. And then I just want to say before I stop sharing my screen, just thank you for sticking around and watching our virtual tour. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, and we are open for questions. And I see we already have a question. Oh, 3 comments. Let's see what's going on there. Esther, what is the shortest duration I can finish an MBA in finance? So Esther, that would really depend if you have a degree in a business related field. So it could be 9 months if you have a business related bachelor's degree. Otherwise, it could be 10 months because you would need to take a foundation course, which are business foundations of the MBA. I'm not sure what degree you already have, but you could finish it in 9 months if you have a business related degree. So that would be anything from, let's say, accounting, business management, or business administration, or even finance, or let's say HR. This would need to be confirmed by our admissions team, but that would be 9 months. If you don't have a degree in a business related field, you can finish up as soon as 10 months. But please keep note, there is different requirements. So if you would like to take 2 courses at the same time, you would need to maintain a GPA of at least 3.6 to be able to take two courses at the same time. I'm going to run through the rest of the questions, and then I will be sharing all details with you. So after admission to Esther, there's another question from Esther. I love your questions, Esther. Keep them coming. After gaining admission to the MBA, can I switch to the mini MBA if I find? Yes, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do that. The only thing is we can't credit courses. So let's say if you study the MBA and you want to transition to the mini MBA, you might have to do all the courses within the mini MBA, because there's a specific sequence of courses that you start your MBA with, which would be your core courses. So if you decide in the middle of your MBA that you just want to transition to a mini MBA, the only courses that can be transferred is if they are the same courses. It should be possible, but just reach out to us first, or your success team if you are enrolled. Reach out to your success team before you make that decision, because we can only credit courses if they are the exact same courses. So if there's, I'm going to use an example, cultural communication. So let's say you've done cultural communication within your mini MBA, and you are now, or your MBA, and now you want to transition to a mini MBA, and that's one of the courses that could be credited. But if it's not the same courses, you will still be required to take all the courses within the mini MBA. So I hope that helps. If you need more clarification, let me know. I'm happy to answer that for you, Esther. And then we've got a question from the anonymous attendee. Thank you for your question. And they asked, kindly explain more about the English proficiency requirements for enrollment. So, all right. So we do, since we are a online global university, we've got learners from over 110 countries in the world. Not all countries do have or study in English or have the primary language of instruction, or English is not the primary language of instruction. So let's say you've done your high school in English. All of your subjects were in English, presented in English, your exams were English, and our admissions team can confirm that. You would not be required to submit a proof of English, or that counts the same for your bachelor's degree. So let's say if you study in a bachelor's degree and your primary language of instruction was English, that would be suffice. Your transcript would be suffice. But if, let's say, you are studying a degree in a different country, I'm not going to choose a country right now, but if you do study in a different country and your primary language of instruction is not English, we would require you to basically provide us just with the English proficiency test. So that could be an FSET or Duolingo English test. We do have a few different tests that we do accept. So you just need to send us a proof of that test. And this is just to ensure that, because if you think about it, global business is in English. We're not going to go and speak a different language. The global language internationally is English. So that's why it's so important that you do understand English and that you studied English. So if you haven't studied in English before, where the main language of instruction was English, we would just need a English proficiency test, and that will be confirmed by our admissions team. And I hope that answers your question. If you need more information, I'm going to share our contact details. Reach out to us, send us an email, WhatsApp, or book a consultation call, and we can share more details about that specifically. If I may ask, if you are still on the call, which country are you from? So I can then maybe explain to you, because I do know which countries do require an English test and which don't. It's just a little bit hard for me to answer your question if I don't know which country you are from. But I do know most African countries. So let's say, for instance, Nigeria, South Africa. Most South African students, not all, but most, like Kenya, most of them, Uganda, all studied in English before. So those countries normally don't need to provide an English proficiency test. So it would be great if you can just let me know which country you're from. Then I can maybe give you a better answer. to your question, but that is what we require. And if you're still unsure, I'm going to share the contact details in the chats right now, and then just send us an email. Please, let me just get our email address and WhatsApp number. I'm going to share that in the chat. So if you want to take a screen grab in the chat of our contact details. But otherwise, I would love to hear where you're from, and then I can give you a more direct answer to what you are doing. But I'm sharing it in the chat. So you're welcome to Rwanda. Okay, fantastic. Okay. The previous comment. Let's see if there's any more questions. Esther, thank you so much for joining. Alliance, thank you so much for joining. I see some people dropped off already, but there is our contact details. So if you have any questions that we did that I didn't get to answer, or maybe something that you thought about that I you want that I didn't get to answer, that you didn't think about it right now, please send us an email at help@nexford.edu, or you can send us a WhatsApp at +1 202 280 2049. That's our US contact number, and we would love for you to join us. We also do have a application fee discount code at the moment. So if you're interested in applying now, if you're not ready to immediately start your program, but you would like to apply or make use of the scholarship opportunities we have this month, just reach out to us. Our team would be happy to assist you, and you can always start a little bit later. So if there's no more questions, I would like to just thank you for being here. Thank you, Alliance. Thank you, Esther. Nicholas, I think Nicholas dropped off, and Esther, but Alliance, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to give 1 more minute for questions. If there's nothing, I will end the webinar. Oh, it's a pleasure, Esther. Thank you so much for joining and taking the time out for today to join us. And if you have any questions or need information about our scholarships, programs, or the application fee discount code, thank you, Alliance. Thank you so much for joining us. I feel so happy. If you need any more information, feel free to send us an email or WhatsApp us. Give us a call. Our team would be happy to assist. So I don't think there's any more questions, but if you think about anything, let us know. So I'm going to end the webinar, and I hope you have a great evening. Thanks so much for joining. Goodbye.